Hey everyone, and welcome to Baka-Talk, the podcast where we have nothing planned apparently, so we're just going to talk about whatever we feel like.
I'm Wheeze.
I'm Bob.
You're not Bob.
RamanCat thing. I don't know.
Okay, you're Bob. Anyways, welcome to the show. One thing we know for certain is we're going to talk about anime. Anything past that, we're
I
not
thought
quite
we
sure
were
about
talking
today.
about tax regulation codes. You told me this was a finance episode.
You've been on this podcast for about 10 episodes now. You should know better.
Darn, I gotta go put all my bookwork away.
That was my bad. You good?
Anyways, so yeah, welcome to the show, and let's dive in. So,
Sploosh.
you don't need to do sound effects. I mean, you can. It's up to you. If you want to like put that out on the internet, but yeah.
I mean, I don't have an internet career, so
What are you talking about? This is your internet career.
it is.
Yeah.
I thought this was volunteer work.
We have almost a couple thousand people. Yeah.
Hello, people.
We're famous.
Well, not really. Not in today's day and age. Anyways, hey Weez.
Yes,
So anime is pretty cool, right?
I suppose.
You know what's pretty cool about anime?
That it's animated.
Yeah, that's like my favorite part.
Yeah, it's pretty great. It would be weird if it wasn't animated.
It would be really weird. It'd be kind of like that weird movie we saw on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Oh, Shinobi girl.
Yeah.
If they had real people and they filmed them, that would be cringe.
That'd be real.
Wouldn't
cringe.
like it.
Who actually does shows like that just films real people doing things?
Yeah, that's super lame. I do things all the time, and it's not that cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody
Like,
does.
But you're animated, Wheeze.
I'm not animated, although I am. I do have pretty good frames per second. I'm so smooth. Like after playing Jedi Survivor, it's just like wow, I move so smoothly. It's nice, and the graphics are really good. There's a lot of pixels in real life.
It took you a video game to realize how smooth you were in real life,
Yes.
of how unsmooth the video game is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's normal for everybody, but it seems like whenever I see something move, there's a trail that follows behind it.
Yeah, that's the
Wait,
motion
what?
blur effects. There's motion blur effects.
I don't have any trails.
Oh yeah, I see like everything like a motion blur.
Oh, never mind. There.
Yeah.
You've never noticed that?
No, I've never noticed that.
Every once in a while, when playing video games for a long enough time, I go outside and it's just like, wow, the graphics are so good. There's so many pixels. It's so high fidelity. And then I see the sun going down. I'm like, whoa, it's just like in Minecraft when the sun goes down. It's pretty great.
Still not as bad as when I used to work as a graphic designer. I got like after like a few days of just nonstop working, and then it's just like I mess up on something in real life. I'm like, Control Z. Oh, this is real life.
Accidentally stab somebody. Control Z. Wait a second.
Just like you're a painter long enough, you go walk up to a tree. It's like, whoa, there's so many details on this tree. And it's like, yeah, it's a tree.
You're just rubbing the bark,
Like,
just
whoa.
like, whoa.
Oh, that texture. Feel those paint layers.
But no, I was more trying to like segue into like what we're gonna talk about for anime.
I threw
Oh,
the
yeah.
segue over the ledge.
Oh yeah.
So what are we talking about for anime?
I wanted to talk about the new one that's coming out, Death Mount Death Play.
Dead Mount Death Play.
Is it Dead Mount or Death Mount?
Dead Mount.
Dead Mount.
Dead Maw.
Dead Maw. Maw's dead.
Dead Maw 5.
So I'm watching like 5 seasonal shows
Same.
this season. And I think my favorite is Dead Mount Death Play.
I have to agree with you. It's either that or Hell's Paradise.
Yeah, Hell's Paradise I think is my second favorite to watch. But I like Dead Mount Death Play so much. It's my kind of show. It's exactly what I
I
like.
wasn't expecting it to actually be that good.
Same.
The synopsis on Crunchyroll makes it sound really boring.
I had heard about it. It's like, it's a reverse isekai. It's like, okay, that's kind of lame. And then Hell's Paradise, and both of them just looked like these edgy, like super edgelord, OP, whatever.
Okay, but
And then I watched it. I'm like, both of these are really good.
but hear me out. What made early anime fun? It was edgy and cringy.
It's
That's
okay.
a good point.
It's edgy, but it's The problem is when it's so edgy but has no substance, where there's nothing more than just edge, where the
So
characters are all just
16-year-olds?
like, my life is hard. Oh, this sucks. And it's like, okay, I don't care about your life. I don't care about anything that's happening. Like the new Trigun gave me those vibes really hard.
Yeah,
Everyone is just like, I was taken from the orphanage. I was tortured forever. Then my friend was also taken and tortured, and now he's brainwashed and he's fighting me, and then he shoots himself. And it's like, I don't care about any of this.
Meanwhile,
You're like-
Borderlands, it's basically Trigun. We blow stuff up.
Yeah.
they blow stuff up in Trigun, just not as much as Borderlands.
Everything blows up in Borderlands.
Even the midgets.
And these shows, Dead Mount Deathplay, the only reason I watched it is because it's written by the guy who wrote Durarara and Bacchanal.
That's how you got me to watch it,
And-
because I was not going to watch it otherwise.
Yeah, me neither. And then I heard that and I was like, oh, I have to watch this now. And it has the same like style. It doesn't have the like time shifting or constant like perspectives and stuff as much.
Yeah.
It's more focused on the main group and the main characters. But it does like go around and show all the characters. It does have a pretty big cast. And it's got that like urban setting and the characters that are just like, I'm crazy. I killed bad people. I want to kill good people. Okay, I've done that now. Who should I kill next? Myself goes to jump off a ledge.
She reminds me of like one of the sister twins from Durarara.
Yeah. They
Just-
give like really heavy vibes of Durarara.
Yeah.
Most of the characters.
But no, I don't know if I should have saw the twist coming, but I don't think this is a spoiler. But for first episode, it turning out that the Necrolite King
Yeah.
was the Corpse King was the one that got reincarnated. Where I was sure it was just gonna be a classic thing. The hero gets reincarnated.
It's pretty much like, I'm glad you didn't get that spoiled because I'd heard that was like the synopsis of like the Corpse King gets reincarnated, and I was like,
Oh,
okay, it's
okay.
like another villain gets reincarnated in our world and whatever.
Yeah.
And so I think it's great to watch it blind because that first episode you don't know, and then it's kind of like vague on what it's supposed to be, and he seems too nice to be like the Corpse King.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he's just like, don't take life so lightly. All life are like my tools or whatever. And then
Right.
just
That was like a great moment. That was I haven't
cool.
had a moment in anime where I was like, what the heck just
Yeah.
happened until that happened. Just him being cornered. And then all of a sudden you see the skeleton claw come out and just stab the girl like right to
Yeah.
the beam. You're like, oh, he's the Corpse King. That makes so much sense.
Yeah. I have to say one thing with his writing style is it builds up super well where it's interesting because there's so much chaos going on
Yeah.
and all the characters are so bizarre. And then it builds and it like shows these situations where I won't spoil it because you haven't seen it, but the latest episodes, it's like a dude just walks into a room and it's like a jaw-dropping moment because you're like, crap, this guy knows this people and this thing, all these characters know each other in this situation. This is like a really bad situation for the main characters and stuff.
Oh, kind of
And
like
it's
what
just-
happens in
Yeah, because it's like
Durarara.
it's like you just know these people and these people, and then them just meeting up is like such a big deal, even though it's like
Yeah.
nothing happens yet. And they're all so chaotic and psychotic that you just never know what's gonna happen. It's super cool. I love the show.
It's a great show so far. It's definitely, I don't know if it's my number one, but it's my number two for sure.
Yeah.
But besides for that, all the other seasonal anime has been going good.
Yeah.
Haven't
a
had
pretty
any
good season.
complaints besides for maybe Demon Slayer seems to be falling pretty flat. Like the new demon that they're fighting is kind of cool that he splits off into like 4.
Mm-hmm.
But besides for that, it's just like, oh no, a new demon's doing new things.
I do feel like the demons are a little bit. It's like the first time it happened, it was cool, and then it keeps happening, so it's a little bit less cool
Yeah.
when all the high level demons just have. If you kill them, they just split off into more bodies, and then you have to kill those bodies too. Like it's fine, but it's a little bit like underwhelming when it's already happened, and then
Right.
it happens again, and you're like, okay, I guess this is just a thing. I thought it was special, but it's just a thing.
Yeah, I
And-
thought it was special with the twins as well.
Yeah.
Now it's happening in the third season. I'm just like, oh, okay, that's just this like a
Yeah.
power they have apparently.
Oh, you know, when you get one good thing, you got to beat it to death.
I do.
That's what it
like.
feels like.
the
He's like he
concepts-
has one good idea, and he's like, I'm just gonna repeat this.
The concepts are still pretty interesting. Where like the one demon splits off, and then it like turns into a different like personality. So
That
it's
was
just
pretty cool.
like this guy's the crazy one, and this guy's like the loving one, and whatever. It just like splits and splits and splits. So it's kind of cool, but it's also like, I don't know. It's a little bit underwhelming too that the like most of the high level demons have already shown up, and it's like it was such a big deal with the high level demons with the first ones, and now there's just like 2, maybe 3
Yeah.
in this village, and since there's so many, it's a little.
It's like they crowded.
It's like there's not enough build up for it.
They crowded all their villains in an area for underwhelming delivery.
Yeah,
Well,
like
I don't know how long the actual manga is, but it feels like they're like escalating things
pretty fast. Yeah.
pretty fast. Like I think we have 3 demons left that aren't currently in the village.
Yeah, there's like so few like high level demons, and
I don't know. When season 1 happened, like I get that technically him killing, did that spider guy, was he an actual lower demon? Or was he just pretending?
He was an actual member of the 12.
That's right. So he was a member of the 12. So him killing that spider demon in season 1, that made sense. You have
Yeah.
to set a
And
standard.
he didn't actually kill him. He like
Oh, that's true.
the demon like cut his own head off before that, and then you showed up and killed him.
Yeah.
So it showed how weak Tangerine was. Tanjiro was. And then
You have to put that plug in there. For
I know,
Demon
Demon Slayer
Slayer.
explained badly. I call him Tangerine so much it's hard to remember what his real name is. So yeah, him like killing him, like not like failing, and then the next, season 2, he gets stronger, and then he manages to kill a higher level demon with like a ton of help and nearly kills himself.
Yeah.
So then here it's like he's fought already. It would have been nice if he fought some other demons building up to.
That's what I was
Super high
saying.
level
I
demons.
kind of wish, like, I get that they set the standard for season 1, like him not being able to kill a
Mhm.
lower 12. It would have been cool then if it would have been a little bit longer of him just like going to towns
Yeah.
and like fighting progressively more harder demons.
Basically,
Yeah.
like throw it into that loop of a slice of life adventure.
Kind of like
where
those
it's just case by case.
yeah, that supernatural like shonen show where like the crow tells them to go to this town, they go to that town, they
Yeah.
have to find the demon, kill the demon, go to another town.
Or like
That's one thing I think anime is kind of missing anymore. Is we just need one of those like super long running. Just here's the adventure, here's this thing. There is a giant overarching goal.
Yeah, but it takes like 50 episodes to get there.
Yeah,
That's kind of like why I like shows like Durarara.
yeah.
Like it took so long to get to the end of it. Like it's
but when you got to the end, it was satisfying.
yeah. And you can have seasonal arcs and stuff like that. Where season 1 you have like a big thing happen, but
Oh yeah. Well,
You
that's just called development.
yeah, it just feels like nowadays, and I don't know if it's just because newer manga are getting adapted.
Yeah.
Like they have a different writing style, but it definitely feels like season 1 has to be like its own story.
Yeah.
And it feels like season 2 of an anime is almost completely different.
Yeah. I could see it. I think part of it is just shonen build up stories where like the thing that you got into it for, where it's like grounded, kind of disappears by the time they're fighting, like they're becoming the person that they wanted to
Yeah.
be.
It's kind of
So
like that classic JRPG where it's just like
Yeah.
level 1, save this cat. Level 2, kill a god.
Yeah.
Or not
I-
level 2, but like end level.
I
Kill a
guess
god.
I'm thinking shows like the old shows like Inuyasha and Yu Yu Hakusho and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's like there was a story, like there was a progressing story. It just took a long time to get there because sometimes the fights lasted 3 episodes.
Right.
There's still
or-
Black Clover.
There is that. I
Although
guess
that I think it's canceled.
Nope.
I don't know if it's coming out.
They're coming off a movie.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would it get canceled? Isn't that like a super
It's not
popular
getting
show?
canceled.
It's
They're
not.
actually doing the same thing and waiting for the manga to catch up.
Ah, that's
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because my brother watches it.
That's like a super long show, isn't it?
it's pretty long.
It's got like 50 or 6. No, it's got more than that. It's got like 100 episodes or something.
It's one
now.
of the last like long running shows, besides for like One Piece and stuff. That's still going pretty
I guess
strong.
there's like other long running shows that I somehow missed, like how to pick up. Is it wrong to pick up a girl in a dungeon? I guess we're
Yeah,
on
that I
fifth
guess
season.
that is
Yeah.
pretty long running, I guess.
I hear it's really good. I just never heard a lot about it, so I never picked it up.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Hunter x Hunter is a good example of a long running shonen that works well because it never makes its characters so powerful that they feel like they've arrived.
They're
Yeah.
always
And-
running into something bigger. And
Yeah,
better.
and it's not just like they progress and now they're fighting these like ridiculous, because these are already the highest level demons. Like this is just like the end game already of like fighting the final boss almost.
Yeah, for
Like, they
Demon
have-
Slayer. That's what it feels.
They have like these guys and then they have Muzan. So it's like
Yeah.
there's only only two groups before you like get to the main like boss. Whereas in like Hunter x Hunter, one of the things was how the system worked, that it's all kind of like a chess game with how the battles are. So it's you do get stronger, but there's also a ton of strategy. So by the end, there's these enemies that are so much more powerful that he has to do something ridiculous to defeat them, and ends up losing like all of his powers to do it. So it was a more interesting like
So
way-
it has setbacks. and
yeah,
stuff
he
like that.
got powerful, but he still wasn't like ridiculous where he's already fighting the main bad guys and you feel like he's kind of gonna do well against him
Yeah.
because everything else was just so like over the top. So it does feel weird that they've already shown up in this village. It depends how they do it still. 'cause
Unless
I've only seen like 3 episodes.
Hear me out. At some point, it'll be either they fail against him or something, or the main villain will just be like, "Well, I need a new army."
Yeah.
I'm guessing
Or it's
that
getting
he's
towards
probably
the
gonna
end.
fail. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what'll happen, but I do dislike when the main villain too is like, here's my group of villainous, level 12 level superhero guys or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to fight through them, and then they kill one, and it's like you guys are too weak, and like kills half of them.
Instead,
you're like,
instead just
for-
send all of them to game
for
beat the
one,
main character.
Right.
Yeah, it's like the main character like barely beat one of your like weakest troops.
Well,
so if
I
you
think
just have 2 of them, he's super dead.
Well, I think what happened, if I'm not mistaken, the spider guy was the head of the lower.
Yeah, he was the top of
6.
yeah.
So I think Muzan's like thought process was, well, since he beat the toughest of you all, the rest of you are useless.
Yeah.
At least that's how the story went.
And at least it was like the lower 12 or whatever.
Yeah.
But now he's just like, I'm going to kill the upper ones because you guys can't do. I don't know. Muzan kind of sucks. I don't like
Muzan
Muzan.
does suck. Like, I don't like him at all.
He's not very interesting. He's just kind of like,
I want to show
I don't know.
like a really intelligent villain where it's like, well, my enemy keeps beating you guys, so we need to improve you.
yeah.
turns them into mechs.
Because Muzan was kind of like that in the beginning with the train demon.
Yeah.
Like
you know-
that was cool because that demon was like, I still am just like obsessed with you, and he's like, cool, maybe you can actually be of use. And then
Right.
You know what? A show that just made me think of that growing up. It's not an anime, but it was the animated Jackie Chan adventures. The henchman for the main villain kept getting beat. And finally, the like main villain was like, "You know what? You all get demon powers now."
That's great.
so
But
yeah.
no, that's actually what feels like Demon Slayer needs. Like, I was excited for you with the train. Like, you are right. Like,
Yeah.
it was cool that demon was like just a lowly little demon, and then all of a sudden it can just like do something insane like that.
Mhm.
That's cool. And it was cool too because it took like the whole team, including the fire Hashira, to like actually beat that train.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And also when he's like, you guys haven't been able to find this thing. What's wrong with you? It's like, why don't you just find it then? Frick
Yeah.
you. Like,
Yeah, see, the best villains are the ones that actually go and do things.
yeah.
Like Thanos.
Comic
Thanos,
book Thanos or movie Thanos?
Comic book Thanos is kind of a joke, but
Movie
movie
Thanos-
Thanos is actually pretty cool.
movie Thanos is cool in the first.
Like it took
Thanos.
him 3 times. He tried 3 times to get his henchmen to do something, and then finally he's like, "Fine, I'm just gonna do it myself."
Yeah, you guys just tag along.
Yeah,
Yeah, see that I like a villain like that where it's like I'm not gonna kill you, but I'm gonna show you how you have to do the job.
yeah.
Yeah.
So besides for that, all the other anime I've liked. I like Mashle so far. Hell's Paradise is great.
Hell's Paradise is really good.
I've only watched the first episode of Oshinoko or Oshinoko, and I don't know if I'm gonna watch the rest of it. I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of like back and forth, and like some people say it's just like a comedy slice of life, and I'm just not sure about it.
Yeah, I've heard so much about the first episode, and now I haven't heard much of it since.
Yeah, exactly. Well, a lot of people don't realize the first episode was like just the world setting,
Yeah,
and then rest of it's like the actual story.
it's the same writer of Love Is War,
Yes.
I think. So,
Yep. In the manga, there's actually like a tie-in. So
oh, that's funny.
yeah, it's really cool. So that's for that. That's about it for anime for me for the seasonal, anyways.
Yeah,
What
Hell's,
about
Hell's Paradise has been good.
yeah?
Konosuba has been good. I need to catch up on most of them.
Yeah, that's kind of hard in the summer because it's like you think you miss only 1 week and it's been like 3 weeks,
Yeah.
and now you're like 12 episodes behind on
And
5
then-
different anime.
Then I'm gonna rewatch Vinland Saga and get caught up to season 2, which
Yeah.
is airing right now, which is probably the best thing airing right now that I
Probably.
just haven't seen. I've heard it's really, really good.
I also want to. I'm excited for One Punch Man season 3. That's coming up.
Oh,
real
that's
soon.
cool. Yeah, definitely.
One punch.
Ding, 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 ding.
How about you, RamanCat? Got anything you've been watching?
You guys forced me to watch a horrible anime. I'll never forgive you for that.
What?
You forced me to watch Star Wars Visions.
Oh,
Star Wars
that's-
Visions isn't a
It
horrible
was
anime.
It's not horrible.
It was horrible.
Okay.
It literally was Disney being like, anime studios, make us this thing, but make sure it's as cringy as possible to fit Disney standards.
No, they actually told him, do
Do
whatever you want.
Yeah. Why do you think
It was
like
cringe.
it was not cringe?
It was cringe.
great.
I hated it.
I think
Did
you're
you watch it in English?
Yes.
Yes.
I think it's better in Japanese a little
Yes. it
I
is.
don't know. I just didn't. There was a few episodes I liked. I liked the first episode. I liked the Ninth Jedi. I liked the
Elder.
Elder, and I liked, what was it, the Bride or whatever it was. Where
That's like most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
the Village Bride. That
Yeah,
one
Village
is
Bride.
cool.
That
That
was
was real
cool.
good.
Like, I like the concept of literally just this old explorer traveling with a jet. I'm like, hey, you know what you got to do.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of like the one with the rabbit girl.
That one's all right.
Watching it the second time around, I'm like, this is actually not that bad. I like it.
Yeah.
It was. I think the thing is I would have liked all of the stuff if it wasn't Star Wars. I'm not a fan of taking existing IPs and just smacking them with something weird.
I am when it's Star Wars because Star Wars is so vast.
Same.
Yeah, but I don't know. Be like putting Warhammer or like putting bunny ears on Warhammer.
You haven't gone on Reddit. have you?
Okay.
I don't.
So, The
yeah,
difference is Star Wars is such a vast universe that there is just like bunny people.
Oh yeah, no, like that didn't bother me. There was a bunny person or anything. Just the way the story was, just felt like it's like this should be its own thing. And then Boom's brother ranting about the tower being in the Star Destroyer. That was great.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Well, my brother has a talent of picking the smallest thing and almost like making either a movie really a lot better or just ruining it.
The twins, I thought I was gonna like. I hated it. It was so cringy.
He
It
was
was-
excited because it was a trigger animation. He's
It
like,
was so
yay,
cringy.
cyberpunk.
No,
He
yeah,
didn't realize it's not.
It's
It's
just
not cyberpunk trigger.
Yeah, it just,
It's kill
it's
trigger.
just, yeah. Over
I don't
the
mind
top.
the animation was cool. Just the whole like suddenly now a lightsaber is the freaking Death
Yeah,
Star.
That's the greatest part. That's trigger for you. Trigger takes mechs, and at the
Also-
end of the show, you're throwing galaxies
Also,
at each
kind
other.
of the mood killer is literally just the lazy thing of 2 Star Destroyers with a ball.
But that's
That-
also
okay.
Trigger.
That like I feel like is it very good? Not really. But
Yeah.
is it fun? It's so fun.
It
It's
is.
so
The
fun.
music,
Like the
that
guy's
is-
just like, how am I going to defeat my sister? Robot, what's
When he
going to
just- He
hyperspace?
just pulls
Let's do it.
Great
pulls
part
a
was
freaking
when the-
X-wing out of nowhere, and it's just like I'm Luke Skywalker now.
Great part in
Exactly.
that whole thing was the robot saving the dude and having an air helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just like the final thing, like, why do you have a hair helmet?
They
I
just-
hated the music episode. I
Yeah.
literally actually watching it blanked out.
Yeah.
that
I
one
didn't
was
like
that one was
either.
fine.
I
Sure.
I just like, wait, what just happened the last 10
It was
minutes?
pretty boring.
That's not a 10-minute one. I thought that was the shortest one. It's not. It's like 15 or 17 minutes long.
I do.
We skipped the Astro Boy one entirely.
I just
That
couldn't
one
bring
was-
myself
yeah,
to
that
watch
one
it
was-
again.
It was
and
whatever.
I don't remember much of the rest of it.
Oh,
The
the
last
last
one
one. That's
is
the only
pretty
one you
good.
haven't talked
What was
about.
the last one?
It's the really weird art style one. It's like this Jedi that is like being tempted by the dark side the whole time or something. I
And he
think
goes back to this
turns.
planet. He does turn at the end. He
Yeah.
goes back to this planet that he like helped.
Oh yeah, that one.
And then
It was
like
okay. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It was okay.
the only thing I didn't like about it is it felt more like one of those like Chinese comedy animations
Yeah.
than it felt like a Japanese.
It was a weird like
It was a
style and
storybook
stuff.
animation style. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Again,
It was
It
alright.
kind of felt like it could have just been its own thing instead of Star Wars.
Yeah.
I think the
That's
thing I
kind of the
didn't
point.
like was so much like real world like era stuff being tied in with it.
Well, that was kind of the point. That's kind of the point of Visions, is to take like different different parts of the world's like perspective and see what they would do with Star Wars, because Star Wars is American Star Wars. We
Yeah.
have dragsters, we have cowboys, and we have our version of what a samurai is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then we get like first volume of Visions, and it's like all of like Asia's representation of like what they would think Star Wars would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Japan.
Very much like old style and stuff like that, like the structures.
I
And now
guess that
volume
was-
2 is going to be like different regions. Like I saw there's like Indian animation and stuff like
Yeah.
I guess
Like-
that was the other thing too, is just with us, it just felt so on the nose. Like, I don't know.
So part of it too, I don't think Visions is like incredible, but I do like it quite a bit. And I think most of them are pretty good. And a few of them are fine. And there's like one or two that I dislike. But the thing that I dislike it with generally is a lot of them were very similar, where it was just like this person has no powers, and by the end they are the Jedi that saves the day. Because
yeah.
the idea of like bringing Star Wars to somebody who's not like massive into Star Wars or anything, but it's just like, I know Star Wars, I'll make Star Wars, that's super cool. They're gonna make something that's kind of reminiscent of what they remember of like the original movies and stuff.
Right.
hear me out.
So
with
they
this.
end up making basically the same story, and most of them did, where they were just like the lightsaber super cool and like this stuff. So that was like their, you could tell their thought process was like, I get to make Star Wars, cool, I want a lightsaber, I want a Jedi fighting a Sith. Like,
Hear me out though. The best palate cleanser of the whole thing is watching the whole first arc of the Clone Wars shorts.
Oh, OG Clone Wars.
Yeah,
OG Clone
that-
We
Wars,
watched the
great.
first volume of it afterwards because we had like
Oh,
an hour
it's
left.
so magnificent.
The clones in that whole
They're
series.
They're so
terrifying.
awesome.
They are terrifying. They like the droids crash their dropship and they just like pour out of it.
It's just like watching those two together. I was just sitting there thinking, it's like when we're watching like the original Clone Wars, like this is good.
Yeah, that's
It
Star
is
Wars.
great.
Or like
See,
remember when Mace Windu fights the giant like hammer like drop
Oh,
thing?
yeah.
And he's just like going around this like army of droids just like punching them.
See, and that to me is one thing too. Is like, okay, it's Star Wars, like the material is Star Wars. The animation is all totally unique
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the create. It's like I don't mind a change of like art style and stuff like that. Like by all means, do what you want. It just the theme felt odd to me and very out of place.
I kind of agree with you with Visions, because the ones that I found were my favorite were the ones that stuck the most to Star
Yeah,
Wars.
like the Elder.
Yeah.
That felt like a short
Yeah.
comic.
For
or
sure,
the Ninth Jedi. It felt like, it had aspects of anime. Like the main girl character felt like an anime character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And like this,
but there are characters in the comics and stuff.
The
that
Ninth
do feel
Jedi
like that.
just had the coolest twist of all of them
It
too.
did, it
where
was
that
great.
just like, and the concept of like your lightsaber instantly changes to the color it is depending on your like force,
Yeah.
you know, whatever, is a really cool concept that was lifted from original like concept art of like Darth Vader or somebody like grabbing their other lightsaber and it instantly changes to like the other color.
well, also in versions of the original canon, that was a thing.
yeah, where it
Like
would just,
before they came up with synthetic Sith crystals in
Yeah.
the original canon, it was.
Yeah, didn't it slowly change over time or something?
It wouldn't slowly change.
It's-
It would just be changed because, like, you would grab your first Force crystal, and it would be whatever color like you imbued it with how you were aligned with the Force. So there's
Yeah.
a lot of Jedi that had red blades because they were more aligned with the dark side, and they became more like soldiers and stuff like that in the Old Republic.
Okay.
And new canon is kind of similar. They kind of went back to that where it's like you like do something with the crystal and it like becomes like
New
the
canon's
color.
way different because, like, a Sith actually, to make their lightsaber powerful, they actually have to what they call bleed
Yeah.
the kyber crystal, which is literally just torturing it until it turns red.
Which is a really cool concept.
It is cool,
But-
and it adds to the Sith.
But the old like the idea of just you grab it, it instantly like senses your force, it becomes a different color is super cool. So like with that concept in place in that short, then just the reveal of all of them just pulls out their lightsabers and they're red.
when it was a cool way to
so
show that the
cool.
main character, the girl, like her blade originally was like a dull green.
Yeah.
It didn't really have a
It was,
color.
like clear
And at the end, it's like a very vibrant green color.
Yeah.
Like it was
Yeah.
really cool. Or when the
I-
hidden Jedi Master like force grabs one of the lightsabers and it just like turns like a bright blue.
yeah.
Like that's a sick shot.
That is super cool.
I did find it funny that you and one of our other friends, when you see the guy put the kyber crystal in, like the furnace thing, like you're putting a bomb in the oven.
It wasn't even that. Like the sabersmith, he had a kyber crystal on a mallet and he was like ting ting ting
there's,
with the
like-
hammer. I'm just like, you're gonna blow yourself
There's
up.
that
Also, it was worth it for your brother freaking about the laws of physics when they're just ripping asteroids out of
Yeah.
an atmosphere.
there's that Rebels arc where they like nuke a Kuiper crystal or whatever.
Yeah.
And it just like destroys like a whole Star Destroyer. Yeah. It's like, wow, you
So
have
there,
like, a
like I said,
nuclear
there was a
bomb.
couple episodes I liked. The very first episode really felt like something that should have just been like a sci-fi samurai thing that wasn't Star Wars. Like that would have been like the peak pinnacle of it.
That one out of all of them felt more like an actual somebody that really liked Star Wars but wanted to put a twist on it. That felt more like a YouTube video.
Yeah,
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 that one
exactly.
was-
And that I think that's why I liked it. It's like, okay, this feels like a fan thing. It's
Yeah.
not. Maybe that's the one problem though. It's like maybe they all just felt too fandom for me.
Maybe.
Yeah, I
Because
think
some
that is
fandom
part of
stuff
it.
I like when people are like, I'm gonna put a twist, but I'm gonna stay true to it, and because this is something I love.
Yeah.
But then you have like the backroom syndrome, where suddenly Ronald McDonald's in the same place as all these horrific eldritch things.
Yeah, it's true.
That's I guess that's an example of what I don't like.
Yeah, and
That's
I
what
get what you're
ruined
saying.
things like the backrooms, the SCP stuff, Star Wars.
Yeah, I hated it. I used to love SCPs, and I kind of hate the fact where it's turning more into
Meta.
like meta memes.
Yeah.
Like it used to be funny when
But in a dark
SCPs
way.
had files called meta memes because memes became
Their own separate thing.
their own like anomaly. And now it's just like everything has to be linked together. Like Dr. Bright has to be in everything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways, yeah, it was Star Wars. I think that's the thing why I didn't like Visions.
Yeah.
It felt like a compilation of just fandom stuff.
Yeah.
Never make me do that
I-
again.
Oh, we're watching volume 2.
Oh heck no!
yeah,
Volume?
it's coming out
Heck
tomorrow.
Yeah.
I seen Wallace and Gromit versus the Were
It's
Rabbit
gonna be
animation.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's gonna be horrible.
I
you
am
just gotta-
so excited for claymation Star Wars.
You just gotta chill
You have no idea.
and just like it enjoy the art.
I feel
for
like I
what
gotta
it
drop
is.
5 pounds of pot before I watch it.
Oh, we're doing it.
I think Visions is cool because it's not offensive. Like, if you dislike it, it's fine because it doesn't affect anything.
Oh,
It's
I'm
not like-
offended.
it's not
Then
like
be offended, but you're
it's
watching
not
it.
like part of the like universe or anything.
Right.
It's not like it's legitimately like
What's
a thing.
offensive is Mandalorian season 3 or Boba Fett.
Okay, Mandalorian season
Yeah.
3 isn't offensive. It was fine.
It's offensive.
Okay, the
It's
problem
not
with
offensive.
Mandalorian season 3 is what it did is one, it kind of just made 2 characters that should have worked perfectly together just like sideline each other.
You mean the main like Bo-Katan and Mando?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for a while it's like, okay.
I don't think it was
well,
executed perfectly. I
yeah,
just think
no.
it was a decent idea and they did okay.
The
with it.
concept was there, it was good. What it should have been is like, okay, we both unify like Mandalore or whatever. Or Bo-Katan's there for a little bit and then she gets her own show.
Yeah.
It really should have been she just had her own show.
I was expecting it to be more like the Ahsoka Tano show.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, those 2 characters seem to like
the
be
whole thing
fit.
of like reclaiming Mandalore felt like it should have been its own show. Like it just did. I did like what they did with Gideon. I did like him at the end.
Gideon's pretty cool.
Oh, Gideon's back?
Yeah. Well, you
Oh.
said you dropped the show.
Well, I'm picking it back up.
Yeah.
Gideon's in
The
it
last
again.
2 episodes aren't bad.
The one thing that made me like it, and this is gonna be a spoiler for if you don't mind, they somewhat stay a little bit true to like old Star Wars video game thing with the Dark Trooper.
Oh, do
stuff.
they?
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff.
Kind of. They did their own original thing with it, but
well,
it's in
the
a cool
Dark
way.
Troopers in season 2 were actual Dark Troopers.
Yeah, but you know, I don't know if you remember like of the whole thing of like it started out as a droid and then
Yeah.
suddenly it was an actual like power armor
Yeah.
basically. They did that with it.
Oh, heck yeah.
Like,
Is Gideon in the power armor?
Gideon's in the power.
Oh, heck yeah.
I kind of wish. I feel like the problem with
The
Mando is it's a little bit too small for how big they went with the
Yeah,
story.
actually, you know what? That would have been perfect of build up to it, make a movie.
Yeah,
That would have been perfect.
that would have
Like
been
the
a really good idea.
Avengers.
It's like the Avengers.
Yeah, that
Like-
they are making a movie like in Mandoverse like era too.
Don't
Like
call
that-
it Mandoverse. That
that-
just makes it sound like CW
would've-
DC shows.
No, but like really, what they should have
That
done
would have
is
been a great idea.
it shouldn't have been compacted, or it should have been like a 4-part final.
Because
Yeah.
even with because it just felt a little bit too short and a little bit too rushed. Because it's just kind of like the bad guy shows up, they defeat the bad guy. They're
I had a hard
Wait,
time.
are they done with Mando?
kind of. I mean, it's not like done. Like I think
Grogu's-
there's
Grogu's licking frogs again.
gonna be another.
He's
I think there's
licking frogs again.
I think there's gonna be another
What?
season, but the arc of reclaiming Mandalore is over.
What?
I kind of, if they do another season, I hope it's just Grogu and Mando just going on bounty missions and just having them be weird stuff.
I hope Grogu gets sent off of the space whales. And
I
it's
don't
just
mind-
Mando wandering the galaxy.
Yeah, and I don't mind the concept of like them going on adventures and then it kind of builds into something and then they do that and then they get over with it and then they go back to like, adventures again.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of a cool.
I mean, like
like,
season
concept.
1 did.
Yeah, and then he can like randomly show up and like
Actually,
Mando, like Mandalore, the planet has problems or whatever, and he has to help or whatever.
Yeah.
Go back.
Also,
and
there's
forth.
giant monsters still on Mandalore, and I'm kind of getting. That's the one thing I'm kind of getting tired of every planet having a freaking titan of a monster.
That's Star Wars, though.
Every planet has a titan of them.
Pretty much. Have you noticed that? It's like, hey, look, there's
Name a
monster.
Star Wars planet that
doesn't have a
give you-
kaiju
I mean,
on it.
There's like big monsters, but they're not like
The
massive.
mountain moved on Mandalore, and it was a giant lizard thing.
Yeah, there's not that much.
That's
things
like the
that.
monster. What they call it, the Monstersaur.
There's the Zillo beast and
No,
Clone
the space dragon thingy.
the
like,
Mythosaur.
Myth-
Oh, the Mythosaur. That's what. I
the
was thinking.
Mythosaur is only like showing a little bit. Thankfully, they didn't screw that up.
The Mythosaur. I'm pretty sure is the moving mountain.
No, it was something.
No,
else.
it was something else.
Is something else?
Yeah,
It wasn't that
What?
big.
yeah.
It was big, but it wasn't like
The people.
It wasn't
were
a mountain.
tiny. It just was like, "Brrr," and we're like, let's go underground. Me.
it was like as big as a ship. It was like
bigger
Like
It was
what
quite a
type
bit-
of shit?
like Star
okay,
Destroyer.
its tail was as big as their like boat thing.
Boat?
I don't know if you saw that far. There's a bunch of like Mad Max Mandalorians that are still on the planet.
What?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
See, there's some cool stuff there.
There's some cool stuff.
All
I
I have to
don't-
do is make it past the Blackjack
Okay,
episode.
Same
Yeah,
thing. Yeah,
okay.
the Blackjack episode.
See,
is
the
great.
Blackjack episode, here is an example of when you don't
Or
pick
not Blackjack.
Jack
Jack
Black.
Black.
Here's an example of when you don't pick something quote unquote appropriate, and I mean appropriate in the sense of just feeling like it fits. We had in one episode altogether Jack Black,
Mr. Black.
Lizzo, and the dude that plays freaking Doc from Back to the Future. And I'm just half expecting him to say to Mando, "Get in the car, Marty. We have to go back." And then they just pop back and run Luke over.
That yeah.
Jin,
that
you
episode wasn't
fricked up
great.
the timeline. We gotta go back to when your mother was
It
born.
was service. It was. I don't know why.
It wasn't
didn't
fan
need-
service because most of the
No, I was
people-
saying it was serviceable. Like it was an episode.
it sucked.
It just.
It was horrible. The coolest thing in the whole thing was the fact I seen separatist droids left over.
Yeah, that's
That's
kind
kind of cool.
And it was like this weird
And-
iRobot thing of like they go to a droid bar, which I didn't know was a thing in Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Well, most droids aren't served at bars.
Oh.
So they have to have droid bars.
But then they're like, we're going to help you because we like helping people. I'm not held hostage by the mouse.
Yeah, it wasn't a great episode.
It was bad.
I have to say, Mando just randomly kicking droids is really
That was
funny.
okay, but that was like the one like thing
That was
like,
that's
was-
such a Mando characteristic of like the droids are going haywire. Okay, I'm just gonna beat the crap out of them
See,
and see which one turns on us.
that was the thing though, is like that was another case of an episode I watched. I spaced out because I had zero interest in it.
It
It was
was-
just bad.
It was pretty boring.
And just the last fight just did not feel climactic.
It did feel
enough.
it did feel a little bit like for the audience where they're like, oh, everybody loves Grogu, we'll have the characters love Grogu.
Yeah.
And like it doesn't feel real to the show. It just feels like we're gonna have Jack Black in an episode because he wants to be in Star Wars. We're gonna have
Okay.
this person in an episode because they want to be in Star Wars, and we're gonna shove it all together and it's gonna be fun. And oh, they want to pet the the
Here's-
puppet and everything.
Here is my other complaint, like about having Jack Black in there. And I like Jack Black, don't get me wrong. But he used his freaking like his you're probably gonna have to use the censor for this, his smart ass voice from
Too
like,
late for
from
that.
like his songs like the greatest song ever sung or Wonder Boy. Like his fantasy epic ballad voice.
I think that's the only voice Jack.
No, he has a
has.
normal like Jack Black voice.
Does
He
he?
uses it in Brutal Legend.
Well, he was supposed to be like this official.
yeah,
you
but I
know-
mean, come on, man. You got talent. Pull a different
Yeah.
thing. Just be like, it just doesn't need to be like, and it was the greatest song.
Yeah, it does feel a little bit like fan made in a way.
It was so bad.
Yeah,
Just
not a great episode.
bad.
The next one,
And no one
were
like okay,
were much better.
yeah, like no one acted bad per se. They just didn't fit the role. Like
That's one thing I like about the animated shows is it feels more like serious in a way. Like it kind of feels like it takes itself serious more.
I would love hearing Jack Black as a voice for a character. In something
Yeah.
like that. That would be more fitting.
He should reprise the role. Not reprise, but he should redo the role of Jar Jar Binks.
But-
They did you see the episode where they have Ahmed Best, the guy who did Jar Jar Binks
No.
in the Mando episode?
What
Was that the
episode isn't it?
Dude,
He's a Jedi in the Grogu's backstory.
Grogu gets a backstory.
I didn't put two together.
Yeah,
That is the actor that plays
that
Jar
is
Jar
the
Binks.
actor. for
That's
Jar Jar Binks.
amazing.
He's awesome in it too. He's so
he's
cool.
he's a badass.
He's so cool. He killed that role. He's awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing. One of the first, like, besides for like a main character, it's like one of the first Jedi that just dual wields as well.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh.
pretty cool.
So yeah, that's Mandalorian. Somehow we ended up on. I don't think that was on the roster.
We
of
always
stuff.
end up like that on Star Wars stuff.
So far, Mandalorian season 1 was the best. Season 2 was the
Yes.
second. Season 3 is the second best. Season 2 was the worst to me.
Yeah, I kind of
Season 2 would have been good, except for it
The
wasn't.
ending was so bad.
It wasn't like It wasn't a case by case.
You know, it started off pretty good. Like when they
It
were
did, yeah.
assaulting like the outpost.
Oh, the first episode was really cool. Season 2.
Yeah.
But man, it ended bad.
yeah.
Because again, they had like it seems like every season they have to throw just a fan thing. Like here's Luke.
Who's Luke? Yeah. Luke showing up randomly was really bad.
I don't remember
storytelling.
how season 1 ended.
Season 1.
Oh, with the town.
Yeah, season 1
The
was
droid
exciting.
like blowing up all the
Yeah.
yeah.
Season 1 was pretty good.
And then like all the Mandalorians being like, we don't hide in our caves anymore.
That was
Die.
great.
And then they
Yeah.
proceed to hide in their caves in season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was great.
All right.
Anyways, to try to
Quick nerd thing, real quick. The big Mandalorian dude with the chain gun. Boom, you would know this. Is that not just like a on the nose subtle reference to Fallout? He really
Yeah.
looks like it.
it kind of is, especially like the chain gun kind of gives it away.
Yeah, he
Like
looks
he
like
literally
Brotherhood
just
of
looks.
Steel.
Yeah, he's basically
Yeah.
just Brotherhood of Steel. Like, I don't know, it's a cool reference.
It is a cool
And
reference.
there are legit like Mandalorians in the old like legends and stuff that were just like that as well.
Just to me, it's like all through every time I've seen it, it's like, you're Brotherhood of Steel. Like, you have a Gatling laser.
Somebody recently in the Mandalorian Mercs costuming group was the first one to get okayed to the cosplay that,
Oh, that's
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
cool.
which is actually a really heavy feat because like movie and TV accurate cosplays are like put under like super like scrutiny and stuff like that. Like every
Yeah.
detail has to be right.
And I have one more Star Wars question. Never mind.
What?
What?
That'd be a spoiler too. Never mind.
No, that's
Oh.
fine.
No, I'll ask after.
I know all of Star Wars. You can't surprise
Okay.
me at all.
The Emperor's guards, were those Praetorian guards or are they their own thing?
Praetorian guards, are you talking from the
Think-
Republic days?
Like when Emperor Palpatine's all, "Are you with this droid?"
I think they are called Praetorian Guards.
I think they're
Or they're Imperial guards.
they are Imperial guards. I don't think they're Praetorian. They're Imperial guards that are brainwashed to only obey the Emperor.
Oh, okay.
As far as I know. I don't know new canon much.
Geek questions done.
Red Guards. They just called them Red Guards, I guess.
Yeah.
Huh.
What do they call them? In canon, they're called Imperial's Royal Guard. Imperial
okay.
Royal Guard.
So is that just literally a step up from those weird blue Sentinel guards in the Clone Wars series?
Yes.
Yeah, these are
Because
like
the Blue
most-
Sentinel guards couldn't do anything in the Clone Wars series.
Yeah.
In
They got knocked out by a child.
in new canon, they're pretty much just the highest level you can get as a soldier.
Yeah, basically it's the cushy like office job because you're like,
That you can get struck by
Yeah.
lightning randomly.
There
yeah,
is-
you can. That's true.
There is a book where it's about Palpatine and Darth Vader getting stuck on this planet with some of their guards,
Mhm.
and they have to like fight through some things to like. It's like shortly after they take over the galaxy, and the guards have like guns underneath their thing. They're just like chock full of weapons and like all kinds of crap. They're pretty intense.
That's pretty cool.
Huh.
So our last final topic, and I saved this for last because most nobody listens to this far, but I wanted to ask you guys' opinion on this. I don't know if you've heard about this at all, but so obviously all three of us play Magic. Some of us more heavily than others. Like RamanCat's pretty casual, but you
Yeah.
play Magic, right?
If I do play, I play Arena. I play about 30 rounds a night.
Yeah. There you go.
That's a little bit.
And then Weeze is
more
like
than
totally
casual.
addicted to like Magic Arena mainly. I play
Yeah.
Paper. I'm like a heavy.
I like paper
person.
more, but like
It's hard to get it.
yeah, it's
I like
expensive.
paper until I look at my receipt from building a deck.
Yeah.
Side tangent on the
exactly.
last topic. Yesterday I was sick, so I took the day off of work.
Mhm.
And I was like, I've been meaning to get this done. I want to add all my cards to an online database.
Yeah.
All my decks that I built. I added them, and like my cheapest deck is like $300. My most expensive deck
After
is
what I
1,000.
found
my
in
goodness.
your
Yeah.
deck shelf of cards, I'm disappointed in you, Boom.
What? That
This,
I was
this man has solemnly been like, I am a Magic player, and then he's like, I have Flesh and Blood, which is an obscure game, and then he's like, I have this obscure game that my friend bought a pallet of that got discontinued years ago, and then what do I find on his shelf? It made me feel like a mom finding a porno mag under her son's pillow. I found among these legends of tabletop games a freaking Pokemon deck.
Pokemon is a legendary game.
Pokemon.
Nobody knows how to play
People
Pokemon.
collected these
Exactly.
cute creatures on
I
it.
met the one Pokemon player in the world that knows how to play Pokemon. So I bought a pre-constructed deck and I'm like, teach me how to play.
Son, I'm disappointed in you.
You know what it is? It's basically it's basically Magic, but you just search your deck constantly and you can't
So,
interact at instant speed.
It's a broken blue deck.
So, you know, like every one of these trading card games are just knocks off of Magic, which is kind of wild to think about.
It kind of is. Arguably, Magic and Pokemon basically came out at the same time.
Magic was
Yeah.
still first, and
It was still first.
it an inspired Pokemon.
It
They
did.
made it because of Magic.
Yeah, but still, I don't know. I've always had this goal of learning the big three, and so far I've learned the
Big
big
four.
three. Big four.
You gotta learn Digimon next, too.
I forgot Digimon the card game.
Digimon is a card game?
Yeah.
So
it
does
is.
Dragon Ball and like
No,
One Piece or
Digimon
something.
started out. as a
Okay,
card
I'm
game.
not. I had chances to get into One Piece and Dragon Ball, into My Hero Academia and Naruto, all those card games. No, I watch people at the game store play those. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I watched this guy. What's that giant Saiyan with the green hair?
Broly?
Broly. Somebody had like a $500 deck because Broly's like $200 or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anyways,
But still, I'm ashamed of you, son.
okay, I'm sorry. I have a little pre-constructed Pokemon deck that's not even
And there's
saved.
not even a Charizard in there.
It was pre-constructed. Oops. Sorry.
But have you played Marvel Snap?
No.
Have you
I
played
have-
the Star Wars trading card?
I have friends at the game store that are addicted to Marvel Snap. Literally, while they're waiting for their turn in Commander, they're playing Marvel Snap.
All I get is these stupid ads of Marvel Snap is a brand new card game where instead of paying to win, you can only kind of pay to win. It's really annoying coming
See,
ad.
I heard a really weird thing of I've asked people why they don't like playing Magic when they play all these like really crazy board games and stuff, and they're like, I don't like the idea of a game where everything in the deck is a resource, and it's like, that's a card game.
That's any card game.
That's any card game.
Like literally,
What the heck?
Flesh and Blood is all about discarding.
Yeah, it's
Cards.
from what you showed me. It's like character. How much crap can I pile on?
I
This
play
Yeah.
another card game called Shadow Era that just cast your spells. You literally have to discard a card that you're never gonna see again.
Yeah, well, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
How many creatures can I murder to bring this bigger monster out?
Yeah. That's the one game I do need to learn to play.
Yeah, I'm thinking of getting in.
And I know your girlfriend used to play, so
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun to get a deck and duel her.
Yu-Gi-Oh is a lot faster, I've heard, than Magic because it's just
Yeah.
like
It
I
is.
summon my blah 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 and attack position.
And at least the cutesy stuff's balanced out by some also really cool artwork.
Yeah. Anyways, I want to ask your guys' opinion.
I have no opinion.
Okay. So you guys know the new subset March of the Machines Aftermath, right?
oh,
I don't know anything about it. I heard about it in a game store far away in a distant land
Gotcha.
when I was there.
Anyways,
I don't even know what it is. It's just like
It's a supplemental set. It only has 50 cards in the set. And each booster pack only has 5 cards each.
the heck.
Oof.
It's really weird. It's really stupid. It's bad.
Is
The
it for,
whole
like-
set's bad.
Is it for like Commander and
No,
Modern?
It's
or
just
something?
A
it's
collector
just
thing?
a collector thing.
Oh,
basically.
okay.
So this guy, this YouTuber called Old School MTG, he somehow through his distributor gets these Aftermath collector boxes,
Mhm.
and he's like, "I'm going to open them up on YouTube." It's not even come out yet. We're just getting
Yeah.
previews of it
Mhm.
for like the last 3 days.
Oh, is this the dude the Wizards sent the Pinkertons after?
No, thanks for spoiling it. But yeah, they sent the Pinkertons after him. They made his wife cry. They air quotes requested that they take back the product.
Like, was this in person they went?
yes,
Yeah,
That's illegal.
I know.
So-
That's
yeah, kind of.
You issue a cease and desist to somebody.
Yeah, no, they're just like, we're gonna send the Pinkertons because it might be stolen goods. More air quotes. Anyways, I want to ask you guys' opinion on that as like geek people.
okay. Wizards of the Coast didn't even deny this. They were like, yeah, that probably wasn't a great idea.
Yeah.
I think Wizards of the Coast needs to be boycotted.
Holy
hard.
crap, they are stupid. Oh
It's
my
like,
goodness.
who does
Like,
See,
that?
the first
the
thing you
proper
do
way-
is you at least go through YouTube and be like, take this video down.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not supposed to be out yet or whatever.
Yeah, he's
You
a
contact the
small
guy.
YouTuber. He has like 7,000 subscribers.
You ask you, all right, you,
Whatever CEO was like, frick this guy particular needs to be fired.
Yeah,
Well, I think
because-
my opinion is like they sent the Pinkertons after this guy because like the only reason like their terms of condition, their open license for D&D didn't go through is because somebody leaked that.
yeah.
So they're like, oh, we gotta show these peasants who's the boss. Let's send the
Also,
Pinkertons.
Just for this young generation, so you guys kind of know what we're talking about. A Pinkerton was a federal agent that went and murdered people.
They're the main bad guys in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah. But they literally, the government would just be like, we have a bounty on this guy. All right, what 20 ways would you like them dead?
This guy
Yeah.
should sue Wizards of the Coast.
Because the proper steps, like we said, should
Like,
have been, they should have asked.
He made this like somewhat like half-hearted apology / explanation video afterwards.
Mhm.
And in it, he doesn't say a single bad word against Wizards. It's
Yeah.
almost like a Pinkerton is sitting there with a gun at his head, like,
Yeah.
you better say it right.
Because the way it should have been done is Wizards should have asked YouTube to take it down, and then they write. Yeah, and I kind of understand this because I work with a guy that explained to me how licensing agreement works. You issue a letter asking, first off, to please not do that.
Yeah.
Then you issue a cease and desist. If it persists again, then you issue a class action lawsuit.
Yeah.
That's the way it works in America with licensing. There's multiple steps of usually just, please, could you not? But I ask, please, can you not do that?
Yep. And that's what they should have done. And you know what? Honestly, knowing most YouTubers are more terrified of a copyright strike than they are of like
The
anything
Pinkerton
else.
showing
Yeah.
up.
That if they would have just took down the video, he would have been like, oh, well, that
Yeah,
didn't work.
I'll save this for later after the set's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now they took away all of his cards. They said they're going to reimburse him with new ones. So probably he's just going to get regular Aftermath boosters.
He was
Or not Aftermath, but March of the Machine boosters, which what he was supposed to originally bought.
Okay, I have to
Yeah.
ask, these people that they sent, are they employees of Wizards or what? How, like,
They were private investigators
private investigator can't touch
Employed
your stuff.
employed by the Pinkertons.
Yeah, a private investigator can't touch your stuff. It's literally, they gather the information.
Well, they can if they make your wife cry and they're like, can we have your magic cards?
They were saying stuff about like
No, that
getting
would be,
arrested.
that would
Yeah.
be even more of a out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to be missing some parts.
He mentioned he called Wizards and they were really nice on the phone. It's like, yeah, they
That
were.
sounds-
They're like, oh frick, we're gonna get sued.
That sounds like
Probably the customer service rep was like, they did what?
And the dumb boss CEO guy was just like, oh,
HR being like, they did what?
Mark Rosewater being like, they did what?
What? I mean, yeah,
That's overstepping the lines, and that's like, I don't mean to get into a rant. That is where we are like, if things like that persist, that's where corporations are gonna get to call the shots, and the law means nothing, even
Yeah.
more than it means now.
Well,
Like-
yeah, if you want to go that route, that goes into like the dystopian future of like Dread. Or
Yeah.
not Dread, but like Demolition Man, where like companies just rule the world.
Yeah, Demolition Man, Cyberpunk. Since we
Yeah.
were like, the cops are literally in Cyberpunk a joke because the corporations do more security work.
I mean, the security work's more done by your life insurance policy. than
Yeah.
anything.
How much does this guy got? I ain't gonna kill him. He's only worth $200.
Yeah.
Like, that is
Wait, he's got a platinum policy? I don't want the U.S. military called on me.
like, that is just, that should be the thing
Man.
that where people voice with their wallets. And you know what? 1 week of not buying, like, people not buying any Wizards products, no D&D stuff, no Magic, would make a company like that listen.
Yeah.
if they were smart, they'll fire whoever just made that decision because that is like really absurd.
It's honestly gotten me to rethink my stance on buying stuff from Wizards because, like, in the past month alone, have spent close to, I mean, it's not a lot, but like $300
Yeah.
I bought a couple like Magic boxes. I bought a couple things, and yet I still can't play Magic Arena, their mobile app, on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
You know what?
a flagship $1,000 phone that won't run the app.
There have
Yeah.
been, let's go to video game companies and developers. There's been countless video game companies where somebody leaks something like, oh boy, we'll ham this up for publicity.
Well, I mean, there
Yeah.
was a Rockstar Games. I'm pretty sure got that one guy assassinated. But
No, but you know what I mean? Most video games are like, all right, we got some publicity. Let's play it up.
yeah, well, it
Mhm.
would have been like Wizards of the Coast should have totally done that. Been like, oh no, like one of the big like bad guys or like one of the big secret organizations of Magic is the Damar spies, right?
Yeah.
They come out like, oh no, a Damar spy got our secret plans and like put it on the internet. Like, what are we gonna do?
What do they think is gonna happen by him like having the product too early? Like, I don't even get what they're worried about. It's so dumb.
You know what they're worried about? Nobody's gonna buy Aftermath now because you know why? Every
No,
single card in it sucks.
yeah, it's horrible.
Well, I've been
Yeah.
looking at the spoilers. Nothing's good. Nothing's
Yeah.
playable. There's one card in the set that I'm thinking I might want. And you know what? It's gonna be a $1 mythic that I can buy on TCG Player for like $2.
All these supplemental products are so dumb too. There's just too much of it where it's like I don't even care about this dumb product because what
Yeah.
even is it? Like,
Well, you
why
know
does
what?
it exist? You have your
Cut-
like sets where you release stuff, and then there's like all this other random bull crap that
You know, if
for
Wizards
no reason.
keeps up crap like this and like with the open licensing thing, they I think are going to quickly die to like Pazio Publishing and stuff, who's like good fan base. We love you.
Yeah. Who's the one we actually have we actually have
Oh.
RPG books on the table. Who's
Yeah.
the one that publishes Savage Lands?
Savage Lands is
Pinnacle.
Yeah. Now Pinnacle like has a ton of stuff, but Pinnacle is literally just a dude just vibing like I'm making stuff I like.
Yeah.
Like I don't think Pinnacle is very big, but it's like part of me, and this might be because I am like in the works creating a game, hopes D&D like Wizards just kind of topples in that realm.
I
Or
don't want D&D to go away.
No,
I
I-
want them to realize that there are better fish in the sea now.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would like it if kind of like in the past, D&D used to belong to what the heck was the company? There used to be another company that used to be like Gary Gygax's company.
Yeah, Carrie. Yeah, it went under, and that's when Wizards bought.
Yeah.
D&D.
I kind of hoping someone that actually cares about the IP that likes it. Like maybe they release it and just somebody else buys it.
I don't think they'll ever do that because
Yeah.
D&D and Magic the Gathering are like so Wizard of the Coast is owned by Hasbro.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In Wizards of the Coast, I think Hasbro is a $1 billion company.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wizards
Remember
of the-
last year, we only made $1 billion.
We only made $1 billion, and now we're gonna have to lay people off. But yet, Wizards of the Coast made $300 million of that.
Yeah.
And you know how big Wizards of the Coast is for the overall, like, I keep on hitting this mic. I'm so sorry, everybody. But Wizards of the Coast is like maybe 10% of like overall
Hasbro's stuff.
Hasbro.
Mhm.
Like, it's insane how small.
Maybe
they
if Hasbro also just stopped gouging people for their products,
Yeah.
and people would actually buy their products.
are. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I don't know anybody that actually buys a $30 Barbie anymore.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
this is a little side tangent to the side tangent. I was trying to buy some toys for my nieces for their for one's birthday.
Yeah.
Toys suck.
Yeah, they do.
They just
Yeah.
suck. They look stupid. They're made poorly.
Yeah.
Like more so than when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I might be old man screaming at the cloud, but I would like my nieces to have some freaking cool toys that weren't around at my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I always thought toys would get better and better.
No, they've just
Like, I was expecting by the time I'm an adult that I was going to have, like, I could buy a fully transforming, like, Transformer.
Yeah.
let's put it this way. You walk down an aisle of toys. Like in this case, I was looking for something for my niece because she loves dolls and like horses and stuff. Like
Yeah.
generic stuff. if it wasn't an existing IP of Disney or some random show thing, it was these little crappy Hasbro trash bin stuff.
Yeah, that's
It's
Yeah.
just it sucks.
Yeah.
Hasbro sucks. I don't like Hasbro. Frick Hasbro.
yeah. I didn't realize how much Hasbro actually owned of stuff.
Most of the toys and board game industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Fantasy Flight
They're
Games
huge.
was having issues because it's partnered with Hasbro.
Yeah, which makes sense. But yeah. Anyways, I thought that was a good article. Obviously, it was. I'm kind
Rage.
of sad I put it at the end of the show, seeing as like nobody's gonna get to listen to that quality content. Anyways, if you are listening, we thank you very much because I think that was great.
Yeet.
Rar.
Rawr. Angry RamanCat is
Listen.
best.
I'm all fluffed up.
Listen to the next episode for more positive vibes.
Yes, all the positive vibes. We're only gonna talk about positive vibes next episode.
Positive vibe. Stardew Valley's amazing. That's all I got.
Oh yeah, you were playing that. We were supposed to talk about that.
Yeah.
weren't we? Whoops.
Jedi Survivor's amazing if it runs.
Redfall's a broken game.
Jedi Survivor's amazing when you don't move. Looks great.
So you're telling me I need to play the motion comic Jedi Survivor?
Yes. You're like, move, stop, look at the screen. Move, stop, look at the screen.
It's gonna get really bad when you have to fight Darth Vader 2.3.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's about it, isn't it, Boom?
It is.
I mean, I got my torch and pitchfork ready.
Oh, cool. So we're gonna go over to where's Wizards located at? Washington.
Road trip. Not
Road
really.
trip. Pitchfork sticking out the back of the car. Anyways, thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed at least a little bit of the show. If you did, leave a review on iTunes or Spotify. That's always appreciated. Gives us good quality content.
If you didn't,
Yeah.
email us a picture of a potato. Just to be random.
Sure. Email pictures of potatoes.
Yep.
Like actual potatoes.
I don't know what other kind of potato you're thinking of.
I was kind of thinking of a fat man sitting on a couch. I don't really want pictures of that, but if I wanted pictures of that, I'd just take a picture of myself sitting on the couch. But
Oh.
anyway, I couldn't say wheeze. It hurt his feelings.
Oh, look, a potato.
Anyways, thank you for listening. Yeah, leave a review. That's great. Always leave comments on YouTube. That's even better. Besides for that, share with a friend if you think you might not get like defriended from them. Like if you share this. I mean, that's
If you don't want them as friends anymore, definitely share us.
Oh yeah. Besides for that, thank you for listening, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Meow.
Bye.
Bye.